So today I'm doing my first ever book haul, and I have 7 books to show you guys today. 7 books. I am excited about this. I really am. So let's just jump right into it because I don't want to go into all the details about whatever. But basically I had to get books for the reading challenge that I'm doing. It's called the Kindred Reading Challenge, and I will leave a link to the page in the description below. And I got 3 or 4 books from it so that I can actually get started on my reading challenge and not get distracted by all these other books that I want to buy and read now. So the first book that I got is not associated to that challenge at all. It is a book that I saw someone review, or well, not really review. She got done reading it during a 24-hour challenge and she was pretty much in tears about it. So I had to get this book as soon as possible because I love emotional books like this. And it is The Narrow Road to the Deep North. This book is about a man who is in a Japanese prisoner of war camp, and he goes from there to Australia with his other prisoners, and it is just about his life and his journey, and it jumps back and forth, I believe. From what I hear about this book, it is a tearjerker, so I cannot wait to get my heart ripped out by this book. The next book that I have is a friend of a friend who is the author of this book, and I will be doing a review, and I might hopefully have the author on my channel as well. This book is Unspoken by Jessie Lee. It is about a girl who gets attacked in an alleyway when she is a teenager and is saved by this British gentleman. Years later, she is married and has no memory of what happened, well, very little memory of what happened, and runs into this guy and doesn't remember him, but he remembers her. So I am very excited to be reading this. I'm not that far in, but so far so good. The next book that I have is one that I am ashamed that I have not read yet. And yeah, I got City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. It is a series that is very well known to many booktubers, so I will not give a review on this one. So I'm excited to read this book and get to know the series. The next book that I have is actually on my reading challenge list, and it is Waiting by Ha Jin. The criteria for this book is read an author who has won a National Book Award, and that is this book, so I picked it up as soon as I saw it. And this is also a book I will be crossing off of my other challenge, Diversity on the Shelf. This book is about a man who works in a hospital during the year, but every summer comes home to his loyal, devoted wife, who was chosen for him in childhood. But when he's working at the hospital, he is falling madly in love with another doctor. So this is a story about 2 loves and the wife waiting, obviously. But I'm very excited to read this book as well because it is a book from another culture, and I love books like this. The next book that I got, I'm doing a review for, definitely for someone in my family who keeps recommending this book to me. And it is Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz. This book is the first one in the series, and it is about a man who can hear spirits. They come to him for help. And in this book, an evil spirit comes and awakens and wreaks havoc and destroys everything and disrupts his life. So he has to go and kill him or stop him or something. I don't know. All I know is that there's an evil spirit and this guy can see him, and that's cool. The next book that I have is on my reading challenge list, and it is The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. I have not read this book. I am very sad to say, but I am going to enjoy this book, I can tell, because it has illustrations. It has very pretty illustrations for every chapter, and for parts of the book, it also has illustrations of what's going on in that chapter at that time. It is very badly handled, so I will have to be careful with this one. The pages are kind of yellow, so it is an old copy. So, yes, I will be very careful with this book, but I am also going to enjoy it. The last book that I have for you guys is Mr. Begone by Clive Barker. If you guys don't know, he is the creator of Hellraiser, and I was originally going to be reading Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker on my reading challenge, but I cannot. It was not available at the library, so I cannot read this book. I cannot read that book. So I am reading this book instead, and it is very interesting. I'm glad I picked this one up because it is in the perspective of a demon, and he talks directly to the reader. It breaks the fourth wall completely. It is the reader and the narrator. I am going to enjoy this book. It is going to be a very different experience for me. I have never really read a book where the narrator is talking to the author, or where the narrator is talking to the reader, except for The Book Thief, and that was a very good book as well. So I am going to enjoy Mr. Begone by Clive Barker. You wanna go? You wanna go? She is very excited very easily. So I will see you guys later. Happy reading!